and this perception that it would be somehow a wasted vote. I am strangely drawn to the Lib Dems at the moment, and I'm wondering why more people aren't, or indeed whether people are, but encounter insurmountable obstacles when it comes to your actual voting. Jason's in Sutton. Jason, what can you tell us?
Hi, James. Good morning. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Which ones?
The only real alternative choice right now is the Liberal Democrat Party. And the reason I think that people are not voting for the Lib Dems is a lot of it is down to the media and people like your good self not having enough conversations like we're having right now. I mean, the four key messages that come out of the Liberal Democrat policy this year are fairer taxes. I mean, if we look at the last caller complaining about paying so many taxes, so much in taxes, our commitment, the Lib Dem commitment, is to not claim any tax for the first £10,000 that people earn. Now that will help not only the lower earners, but also some of the medium earners and higher up.
Hang on, I didn't realise we were doing proper homework. You're going to have to start that again for those. Everyone at the back, pay attention, concentrate. Go on.
There's four very, very quick points, and it's all about fairness. We're talking about putting £700 a year that people are currently paying in tax on the first £10,000 of their annual salaries back into people's pockets.
Right.
Now that's a lot of money, and it makes the whole society a lot fairer.
So that would cheer up Hooch, the caller before the news, who felt he was bankrolling too much.
Absolutely.
So that would go straight back into Hooch's pocket.
Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed. So that's point one. Point two, everybody's getting their decisions today about whether their children have been accepted in schools or not. In the Sutton borough where I live, my daughter's just gone through high school a couple of years ago, and it's a very, very stressful time for parents. Nick Clegg and the Liberal Democrats are proposing a fairer start for all children in the country. We're putting £2.5 billion into the education system.
Where's that going to come from?
That'll be coming from taking the tax credits from the way above average earners. Now, this is one of the key differences.
You mean people like me?
If you're
actually, I don't qualify for tax credits, but you mean people who don't feel rich, but who are, according to this rule, not in need of help.
Correct. Yeah. So people who are way above average earners.
So that's probably coming out of Hooch's pocket. I'm using Hooch as a sort of poster boy for the squeezed Middle Englander.
Gotcha.
So you've given him a bit of money on the income tax, but you've taken away his tax credits.
Not all of them. It will come out of...
but that's all right, because then you would say, what's more important? Your pips squeaking ever so slightly, or the country's education system being sorted out for once and for all?
Absolutely right.
Okay.
Absolutely. So, I mean, this will mean smaller class sizes, more teachers available. And the key difference that I was going to say is between the Lib Dems and the Tories and the Labour Party is, as well as having good ideas and about a fair society and real change for the better for the country, is that we've got Vince Cable backing us up and a great economic team that has plans in place to fund all of these things. It's not just a pipe dream that we're putting on the table saying, vote for us, we'll get elected, and then wonder how to pay for it later. So all of these are in place. We're also very much in favour of fair and very transparent politics. You very kindly pointed out that the cleanest of the clean of all of the parties was the Lib Dems.
Yes.
And that will follow through. We're the only party that's committed to real change in politics in terms of the proportional representation.
This is a beautiful mix of policy and platitude that you're providing at the moment. It makes it clear to me that you are either a party activist or seeking office at some point. And that's not a criticism. I mean, politics is about the getting the balance right between policy and platitudes. If I were to ask you to give me in one sentence the reason why I should vote for the Liberal Democrat candidate in Brentford and Isleworth, despite the fact that they are currently almost invisible, what would you say?
I would take a good close look at the Sutton borough. We've had a Liberal Democrat council here in Sutton for over 20 years. We have two MPs, Liberal Democrat MPs, named Paul Burstow and Tom Brake, who've been re-elected 3 times. Now, the basis of the Liberal Democrat policies here has shown real change. That's the only thing that the Tories have got right. We do need real change.
Yeah, but this would be a good answer in a PR world, but in my constituency on May the 6th, I can't vote for Anne Keane because she's refusing to explain to my listeners why she feels she needed £40,000 of their money to bankroll her luxury flat on the South Bank despite living a mile up the road from me. I'm reluctant to vote for the Conservative candidate because, even before it turned out that Lord Ashcroft was the one who was bankrolling all of her leafleting, I had various historical reservations about their front bench. I'd love to vote for the Lib Dems, despite the fact I don't know the candidate's name. Nothing's been put through.
James, do it. The more
yes, why? Why should I? Tell me why. Don't just tell me to do it.
For all the reasons I've just stated.
No, because they're not going to win.
We currently, in the last election, 1 in 5 people in this country voted for Lib Dems.
Isn't that amazing?
Isn't it outstanding? And people don't realise.
Double that, and you're in government almost.
Exactly. And at least double that are the people saying, I'd love to vote Lib Dem, but I don't believe they'll win.
Yeah, but you haven't answered my question, sir.
It's chicken
I just did a bit of a dimbleby there. I don't know whether it sounded more authoritative than usual. Answer the question. Why should I vote? He or she is not going to win.
If you want a fair society and you want real change in your borough, then vote on the 6th of May. You have 4 votes. Everybody will have 4 votes. You've got 3 councillors and an MP vote. Put them all down for the winning team, which will be the Liberal Democrats. And the only way we can win is by people like you who support all our policies, who want a fair Britain, who want a fairer borough, vote for the Lib Dems, and that's what you'll get.
But then you need somehow to bring several thousand people with you in order to feel that your vote is meaningful.
It's happened in Sutton Borough. It's happened for the last 24 years.
Where Sutton leads, the nation follows.
It's the greenest borough in the country.
Oh, you've lost me now.
More recycling is happening here.
No, scratch that. Tell me something else. Tell me about, I don't know. And your role within the party machine, Jason, is?
I started working in the office of Paul Bastow a little while ago, on his political research team coming up to the election. And I was so blown away by the policies, by the philosophy of the organisation, and the amount of work that Paul Bastow's been putting in. The Evening Standard called him the London's
hardest working MP. Yes, they do.
The one. I was just so impressed that I've put my name forward, and I'm currently going through the approval process to see if I may well be standing as a councillor at some point in the future. But who knows?
How old are you?
I'm 41.
So you are, if you like, the future of the party.
Oh, that would be nice to think. It would be nice to think. I mean, I spent many years in international business. Seem to have a good business head on my shoulders.
You'll get nowhere in politics, Jason, if you've had a proper job.
Well, this is the key thing. I mean, the Lib Dems have got some great business minds in the team now, and you were talking about sort of comparing...
See, in a way, you're both the answer and the question. It's weird, because I'm really enjoying talking to you, and you're enlightening me, and you are, I'm sure, a lot of people listening will be very persuaded and taken with both your tone and the content of what you're saying. And it actually becomes part of the problem, because then I think you've got a 41-year-old man who's been successful in his professional life, has been clearly profoundly impressed by his own exposure to front-line party politics. I'm thinking, what on earth is someone like that doing with the Lib Dems when he must know in his heart of hearts that it ain't ever going to happen?
I honestly believe it can happen. It has happened here in Sutton,
yes,
for the last 20 years plus. It's a case of people listening to the message and believing that the Lib Dem team, the leadership team out of Cowley Street and Westminster, and across the country down to right local level, we have the winning policies and we know how to do it, as opposed to saying, vote for me, this is my idea.
See, that is the thing that the objective outsider who is drawn to the party or the policies or the personalities involved finds so hard to swallow. This, because you have to tell me that you think you can do it on a national level, otherwise you'd be wasting your breath, your time, and the price of this phone call. But I guess unless you're in the party, unless you're on the inside looking out, it's very hard to because Nick Clegg will tell me the same thing tomorrow. He'll say, of course we can win. If I didn't believe that, I wouldn't be here today. And I'll sit there and I'll think,
it comes full circle to where we started the conversation.
You're either daft or you're wrong, is what I'm saying.
It's your fault, I'm afraid.
Yeah, well, not just me.
No, not just you, but you and the rest of the media. We are the third major party.
Yeah.
There are 3 major parties: Lib Dems, Labour, and Conservative. And the only one that's going to give you real change from people that you can trust are the Liberal Democrats. We know we can't trust Gordon Brown. We know we can't trust George Osborne and David Cameron's team. It's just the only people that are there that can do the job are the Lib Dems. And I say, get as many people out to vote Lib Dem as you possibly can for a fairer change society.
And I would like to say that concludes the party political broadcast for the Liberal Democrat Party, but I don't think it does. I mean, it certainly will be starting again tomorrow when your esteemed leader joins us.